Welcome back to episode 5 of Bad at Baking. I'm still your host, I still don't know how to bake, and I am still not in my kitchen. This is my friend's apartment. We will be using this today. Let's get right into it. Boom, everything's out. You may notice I'm not wearing an apron. That's because I don't have one here. I do have a bunch of baking supplies, which means I can still make cookies. Let's get the recipe out and see what we're doing. Step 1 says I have to brown butter. I've never browned butter before, so we're gonna try that for the first time right now. I have 2 sticks of butter. It's time to start browning them. It says, in a medium pot over medium heat, melt butter. 1 butter, 2 butter, hands. Top 10 Donnie moments. Letting me use his kitchen to make cookies. So I'm gonna melt the butter now. Okay, this is gonna take a little bit longer than I thought, so cut to... Okay, so the butter is basically fully melted. Looks fully melted. It does say to reduce to medium low and continue to cook, watching closely and stirring occasionally until the butter simmers, gets foamy and starts to turn golden. So I'm gonna turn it down, and I will occasionally be stirring. I think the butter is starting to get foamy. I don't know, you guys can't see it, but yeah, the butter is definitely starting to get foamy, so that's a good sign. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes, and the instructions say 5 to 7 minutes, so it's looking darker than before, and the foam is definitely something, but I'm not 100% sure what it's supposed to look like, because I've never browned butter before. So I'll check back in like a minute. So it's been about like another minute-ish. I looked up what brown butter looks like, and a lot of them are very brown, you know, as the name says. Mine is definitely still yellow, foamy, and simmering, so I think I'll have to give it a little bit more time before it is done. Check back. Okay, so the butter looks like it's not simmering as much as it is just a bunch of bubbles. I have no idea what that means, but maybe it means it's getting cooked. I think that's what it means because the foam is starting to disappear. It looks like it started to simmer again, kind of. There's definitely no foam this time. And it looks like the butter is doing the thing it said it was supposed to do, like kind of like separating and like flex. So I'll check back in just a little bit more. So the butter looks like it's mostly done. I'm not 100% sure. I might just give it a little bit more time, but the flecks at the bottom are turning a deeply golden with brown flecks at the bottom. So they're turning like brown, but I do not know what smells nutty means because I don't really know what a nutty smell would be, but I think it's about to be done. Cut. You know what? I would say that's deep brown flecks. The butter is done, or at least in my professional opinion, it is done, and it says now to remove from the heat and pour into a large heat-proof bowl and let cool. Here's my large heat-proof bowl, and there's the butter in the bowl. Now it says to wait 10 minutes, so I'm gonna set a timer for 10 minutes. Cream of tartar, salt. It says in a medium bowl, whisk flour, cream of tartar, salt, and baking soda. I'm gonna do that. Oh my God, so much flour. It says 3 cups of flour. 1 cup. 2 cups, 3 cups of flour. I need 2 teaspoons of the tartar. How do you pronounce that? 2 teaspoons. I spilled that flour everywhere, I'm not gonna lie. 1 teaspoon? 2 teaspoons. It says 1 teaspoon of salt. 1 teaspoon of salt. And then I need half a tablespoon of baking soda. Half a tablespoon of baking soda. And I have to whisk them together. They look whisked together, but I can't tell because like everything was white, so I'm just gonna say they're whisked. I'm gonna be so honest, I completely forgot to set a timer for 10 minutes, but it did say about 10 minutes, and I looked at my camera recording, I set a timer based on that. I would say it's been about 10 minutes, and now it says to the bowl with brown butter, I have to whisk in sugar, brown sugar, until combined. So I'm gonna do that right now. Half a cup of brown sugar. Where's my half a cup? Brown sugar first. Respect me. Half a cup of brown sugar. Okay, now I just need 1 cup of the normal sugar. 1 cup of sugar. Now we whisk until combined. I would say that's pretty combined. Now I have to add eggs and then whisk until creamy. I have my 2 eggs. Now it's time to get 1 egg, 2 eggs. I'm gonna wash my hands. Now I have to whisk until creamy. I would say that's pretty creamy. Now we just need to add the vanilla. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I don't think I have 1 teaspoon of vanilla left. Holy shit. I had exactly 1 teaspoon of vanilla left. That's inspirational levels of culinary-ness. I'm just gonna whisk in the vanilla really quickly. Now that the vanilla is whisked in, it says I need to add dry ingredients and stir with a rubber spatula. We have a rubber spatula now. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit at a time. Now we mix. Okay, now let's add the rest. It said stir until just combined, and I would say that's just combined. Now, all we have to do is refrigerate with a plastic wrap for at least an hour. So I'm gonna put it in the fridge for an hour, and I'll cut back to when it's done. I'm also gonna clean everything up. The cookies have been in the fridge for about an hour. They look like this. I think that's probably fine. Now it's time to parchment paper these. I forgot to preheat the oven. Dude, I've done that every time I've made cookies. I have not preheated the oven until after I was done. Time to preheat the oven. Okay, while I wait for the oven to preheat, I have to, in a small bowl, combine cinnamon and the remaining 1/4 cup of sugar. I then roll the balls in it. So I'm gonna do that right now. 1/4 cup of sugar, and then 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. I'd say that's basically 2 teaspoons at this point. I'm gonna mix the cinnamon like this. Now that that's all nice and mixed, it's time to scoop into, it says about 3 tablespoons of dough, which is a little bit bigger than my other ones, and then roll until well coated and arrange about 2 inches apart. So I think I'll just make the same size that I've always done. Cut to when that's done. It's like 2 inches, I think. Okay, the cookies are done and the oven is preheated. I'm gonna put them in right now. Now that they're in the oven, I have to set a timer manually because, oh, the camera was moved. Okay. It says I need to bake until the stop touch is crinkled 12 to 14 minutes. So I will set a timer for 12 minutes, and then I will take a look at them. I'll come back to when we're here in 12 minutes. Okay, I have about 20 seconds left. I'm just gonna check on the cookies and see if they're what they say they are, because they might be good. I have no idea. So I got the cookies out of the oven, and now I'm just waiting for them to cool down. I will cut back when they're cool. It's been 5 minutes. This is the cookie of choice. It feels really dense. And today we have water instead of milk. Time to try it. Wait, it's actually not that bad. It's not terribly dry. I give it like a 7.2 out of 10. Anyway, this has been me.